So today's guest, T.I. Pink. Now, it's not Jordan, it's Rutledge. Has literally gone from curls to construction. So I had to have her on here. What in the world? How do you go from being a cosmetologist to a licensed builder? So that had to be such a change for you.
Not really. I'm currently still work as a cosmetologist, but I also do my construction or residential rehab in addition to. So, I've been doing it for, so long. So it seems like it's kind of far-fetched, but I kind of been doing it in the process. Like when I move to a new salon, I will renovate, my space or whatever. So.
And you said you used to do this when you were a kid.
Yeah, like my grandmother had rental properties, and so I painted my first room at 12. And I think actually I moved into that house when I was about 18. And when I painted that room, there was no bulb in that room, and then it was like on the side of the house. So once we put a bulb in and turned that light on, it was ridiculous. I'm like, no one went behind me and fixed this paint job, so I actually didn't fix that.
I mean, that's what happens, right? That's the truth of the matter. It's how we live, how we grow up, our natural experiences that lead us to say, okay, this is a talent for me. So how did you know, like, okay, I'm good at this. I'm good at renovating, and this is something that I can do?
Well, my dad had been doing it over the years, and then just kind of watching him and just being fascinated with the tools and, just to see the outcome of it and the pride that you get from saying, you did it, or he could say he did it, or I say, oh yeah, my dad did that. Or so then
was it something you knew you always wanted to do?
I think so. Maybe around, I don't know. I guess I bought my first house at 26, and then I started, more things. Well, when I moved into the rental property, which was my grandmother's, I did my first floor, and it was kind of like a parquet tile. Mm-hmm. It's still there to this day.
Must have did a good job.
They're still there, and paneling. So, and then just kind of knowing that, if you buy a home, you can spend less for that home if you're going to put some sweat equity into it.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit more return on your investment. You don't have to come out of so much for that initial purchase.
So let's talk a little bit about that. It's Detroit. It's a lot of land bank homes, a lot of single women like myself. We're out here, we're buying homes, we're buying property. To try to renovate it myself just seems overwhelming. What advice do you have for women like me?
Don't be overwhelmed. There's a lot of resources that are available. YouTube University is I'm not going to say number one resource, but you have Pinterest, you have Instagram, you have so many options. Like if there's a project that you think, start with maybe a bathroom or a small area in your basement, something, and just try it. If you have an idea for something, if you get it wrong, you spent a little time, you spent a little money. Either you could correct your problem or just pay somebody after the fact. At least you gave it a go,
I know for me, looking forward to doing more things myself. I don't want a lot of strangers coming in and out of my house. Yeah. I'm a single mother. It's me and my kid. And when I thought about getting one of the land bank houses, that was my first concern. I do not want a lot of men coming in and out of my house trying to fix and know what I have or what I don't have. And I know I sound a little scary, but I'm gonna take a tip from you. Wait. Hold on. Tip. That's your name, right? That's your brand.
Well, right. Well, Tiffany. So when I became T.I. Pink and I started doing hair, there was a lot of Tiffany's doing hair. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, okay, so I needed something to set myself apart. And so it was T.I. And then it's Pink, which is totally into pink. It's 7 days a week. I wear pink every day.
Well, your branding is on point.
So that's how that came along. And then Tip the Tool Girl was a play on the T.I. Pink. And so then I became T.I.P. the Tool Girl.
Okay, T.I.P. the Tool Girl.
Right.
So yeah, definitely I'm gonna take a tip from you. And I'm gonna start working room by room, doing a little bit more renovation myself.
A little, you might just do the window trim or do an accent wall.
So what advice do you have for women like me that's overwhelmed, but still don't want a lot of men coming in and out of their house, want to try things for themselves, single? A lot of women out here now with these land bank homes in Detroit, we're buying our own homes and we have to fix it. And there's a budget What advice do you have?
So first of all, I would say just, educate yourself on, the process. What do you know what you're looking for? For instance, when I bought my land break property, I knew that I specifically wanted one that had gutters in the roof. Mm-hmm. So when I look, that's the first thing I'm going to look for. Yes, eventually I will have to put a gutter and, roofs and gutter on, but not initially. Yeah. My property had windows and doors. But of course, when I bought mine in 2017, the inventory was much better. Yeah. So, but just know what you're, have an idea of what to look for when you go and look at the property. If you can, get out. I know the grass might be this tall. Just walk through the yard or take someone with you, kind of get a feel of the neighborhood. Go to that neighborhood in the dark. I mean, when it's late, because in the wintertime at 5:30, it's dark. Yeah. So how comfortable are you going to feel? You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's, it's that. And then, once you see, okay, this is the property that I'm looking at, now you figure out, okay, what projects might I think that I could tackle? I've painted before. Mm-hmm. So then too, you want to start asking people around for references for contractors versus, spinning the wheel and, okay, try that one. Or someone from Home Depot just handing you a card. You know what I mean? Just kind of stack all your people, mm-hmm. Get your processes in order before you actually take the step, just do a little bit
I would definitely say that. Stack my cards up. Yeah. Stack my cards up, get all my people in order, do YouTube University. Yes. YouTube absolutely. University. Let's get a little deeper. Now you've had quite a bit of success in this field. What's one of the biggest lessons that you feel like you've overcome in this journey of becoming TIP?
I think one of the big lessons that I learned during COVID was the multiple streams of income that are important. When the salons were locked down or shut down and everybody couldn't, work anymore or for a period of time, then now I pivot. Now people know what I'm doing and like, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? So now I'm doing plumbing, I'm doing drywall, I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? So that was able to offset that missing income. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that was a big lesson.
Do you do electrical?
I do light fixtures, switches, outlets, but I don't like.
Yeah, because as a licensed builder, you do licensed builders. So like how many different trades?
You bring the other trades in, like you're really licensed for certain things, but you still need to bring in your other trades, your HVAC, your plumbing, you know what I mean? So, but some lightweight stuff is okay, if you need a permit or something, but then you have to bring in your.
Now, I heard you mention you're a mom.
I'm a
right?
mom. Yes.
So how old, if you don't mind me?
My son is 28 and he's actually in the field as well. I'm trying to get him to get his builder's license, but he is really good. Right. And my daughter, she's pretty handy too. Like, she's always renovating her own room, building shelves or doing a floor or so. We kind of got it.
That's fascinating. So it just runs in the family. Yeah. See, that's good. Yeah. That's good. As a mom, COVID hit. You needed multiple streams of income. How hard was COVID for you when the salons shut down?
I would say COVID was kind of like bittersweet. Okay. You know what I mean? Because I really didn't. I mean, it kind of just made life
a little mini vacation,
leisurely. Yeah, it did. Like it made it a little bit more leisurely, And like I said, I'm just hanging out at Home Depot, and I'm wondering why are all these people? That was at the time when they weren't letting so many people in the store at a time, and I'm irritated because somebody wanted to come get flowers or paint. And I'm like, come on, I have a job. I'm trying to get here, do this, and get done for the day. Versus, so
well, that's good to hear that COVID gave you more room,
right?
More space,
right?
To come out of the salon,
right?
And from what I'm hearing, give you an opportunity to do something that you knew you can do since you were 12 years old.
Absolutely,
gave you an opportunity to do what comes to you naturally and authentically.
Absolutely.
So. Yeah, that's amazing.
Right. So it got a little content here and there, and you know what I mean. So I actually was getting more content then than I do now. Now I just go in and work. It's like, okay, I'm not setting up.
So what's next for you?
What's next for me? So I'm really now researching. I'm really interested in building tiny homes as a level of affordability. And just as a different sustainable type of living, because people are now kind of at the point where they don't need so much house or so much space or be caught up in this mortgage, when they would rather spend a lot of time with family or on experiences or traveling versus, you know, being, what do you call it, house poor, or, you know, just spending all that money just to live in this place, or, you know, so people are really downsizing.
I'm hearing a lot about these tiny homes
for a lifestyle
even
change.
Seeing them on Amazon for sale, a whole tiny house, and being able to pick up and go. So that's something that we can expect for you in the future then.
Absolutely. So I'm now, it's like kind of like researching the building materials of it for it to be sustainable, energy efficient. You know, do you go solar? Do you go all electric? How do you incorporate gas? You know what I mean? Like what kind of square footage?
And we talked about the city too. What was holding you back, or what?
So I don't at this point have a holdback. I do have land. Like when I bought my land bank property, I also bought lots from the land bank. So now it's just really that I'm going to do my demo or my prototype on one of my lots. And then once I do that, now I have proof of concept. So I can go, when you buy land bank lots that are not necessarily adjacent to your home, now they want you to have a proof of concept for land use. So, you know, say, I want to buy this lot. And they're going to say, well, what are you going to do with it? Now I can say, well, this is what I've done over here, and this is what I would like to do.
So the ordinances and the...
Yeah, there are, you know, certain ordinances, but they really go
just the paperwork.
Yeah, they kind of, it's going to be the same as any larger structure on the property, or a typical size home, I'll say.
Well, you know I look forward to that. I think a lot of people are, like you said, they're downsizing. They want to be more efficient with their budget. And I think it's a big market for that, especially here in the city. Yeah. So T.I. Pink, be looking for her. You can find her on social media. Where can you be found?
T.I. Pink on Facebook, 313 T.I. Pink Instagram, Tip the Tool Girl on Instagram, Tip the Tool Girl on YouTube, Snapchat, and, you know, all of Google me.
Google me. Okay. So thank y'all for joining us today, and we will see you next time. Peace. It's a